This is a real, unfiltered video about my experience as a video editor in 2022 and how much I've earned month by month. There's been highs, lows, successes and failures, and hopefully this can help you out as a video editor. But before we get started, I'm Joe. I'm a YouTube and social media editor, and I like to think I've edited some decent videos in the past.
Right, so it's that time of year again when I talk about how the year's gone and what my earnings are for this year. I mean, it's been mixed, to be honest. I think it's definitely been my most successful year looking back on it. Like, so many things have changed from where I was at the start of 2022. No spoilers, but my earnings have increased. I started the How to Edit Like series where I break down different YouTubers' styles, and that's been really successful. Might have not got crazy amounts of views for some people, but still done pretty well. And the recognition from like bigger YouTubers has been crazy. Out of the 9 videos I've done, 5 of them have replied and been like, oh, great video, which is incredible. And it's amazing to know that like I'm kind of on the right tracks with my videos, because sometimes you can doubt like your theory and stuff of video editing and are you saying the right things and everything. So it's amazing to like know that most of the time I'm getting it kind of right. In terms of content, I didn't actually post every single week, which I wanted to last year. Things just got a bit hectic, a bit busy with freelancing. But I've hit 1,000 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers on the channel, which is incredible. And you guys have been supporting the videos massively, commenting, viewing. I've even started to do my TikToks and Instagrams and stuff, and some of them have been doing really well. But my absolute favourite is still, you know, here on YouTube. And although I look back at the year and it's definitely been successful, a lot of things have gone right for me. That doesn't mean that there hasn't been times, you know, days, weeks, months where I've like, you know, oh, this is going bad. What should I do here? I've been really split on, you know, how much time do I give to my own content? How do I balance the whole thing of having a full-time job freelancing and doing my own content? So it has been tricky, and especially dealing with clients is really hard. A lot of the time you can reach out to people or they can reach out to you, and you agree to edit videos for people and they just end up like letting you down and can really waste your time, and you feel like, you know, you're trying to edit all these videos to people and you're waiting on people and you're like, oh, should I wait for them? Because will there actually be any work there at the end? I've also found it hard this year with the change of content. So at the moment I edit like a lot of short form content just because that's the way that things are going, and I'm not sure whether that'll be the way that things are going forever, but at the moment I'm editing a lot of short form content. The only YouTube stuff I do is this, and then I have one freelance YouTube client, which is a lot of work, but sometimes I do feel like, you know, am I still right on the tip top of YouTube? Do I, you know, still have the editing skills, or do I need to sharpen them up a little bit for those really story-based vlogs, you know, which are sometimes really hard to think about what you put in the video, how you edit them, and what story you tell. That's also why I found doing the breakdown videos and how to edit like videos so good, because it keeps me sharp and makes me think about and break down each video individually, and not just watch as a viewer, watch as like an editor, and make sure I'm picking up on all of these new techniques that people are using, and, you know, are people taking techniques from TV, film and everything and putting them in YouTube videos, because, you know, YouTube's coming on and growing so much that editing styles are changing. Mr. Beast has recently done a different video that's a different editing style altogether to his old videos. It's really interesting to see where storytelling is going and how it's being portrayed on YouTube. Ryan Trahan's £1 series, that was very different to anything we'd seen on YouTube this year. And yet again, I don't think there's any getting away from it as a video editor. Like, I've worked a crazy amount of hours this year, as I was saying before, you know, full-time job freelancing and editing these videos. This is my first year actually living on my own, having my own bills to pay and everything, so that adds a bit more weight to the money you've got to earn. You know, you feel a little bit more pressure, and with that I felt like I need to book myself onto more freelance videos and get more freelance clients in, and sometimes I found that I've given myself like way too much work and I just haven't been able to do it at points, and that's my fault, but you know, you learn from it and you get better. We all make mistakes, it's just, you know, coming back, doing better and learning from them. But I am extremely grateful for the position I'm in. I feel like I've worked really hard over the last like 5 years. This is my 4th earnings video that I've done. I started out in the first video making absolutely no money, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to do and what I was, if I, you know, could even make it as a video editor, let alone, you know, making a fairly decent income for myself. So I am grateful for how far I've come, and I also feel like I've got some lucky breaks along the way kind of thing that have sped things up. But then I am also a believer in the fact that, you know, you do to some extent make your own luck. Obviously some things are, you know, massively lucky, you know, and circumstance is a massive thing, but then also you put yourself in your position to benefit from that luck with the hard work and everything like that. So yeah, but I am massively grateful for the position I'm in, and to be able to make these kind of videos and enjoy making content and actually have a job that I go to every single day. And I'm really happy that I get to do this, because, like, you know, for many years before I didn't have that and absolutely hated waking up to go to my shitty jobs before. But let's get into the real meat of the video and see how much I earned this year and what trials and tribulations I went through and problems I had being a freelancer and being a full-time video editor.
But before that, make sure to subscribe and tell me in the comments what videos you want to see me make in 2023. January, £1,980. The start of the year was a bit slow in comparison to the rest of the year. I always find that December and January are always my quietest months. December, people are winding down for Christmas, and January, people are still kind of getting started, getting things in motion, and aren't quite ready to look for an editor yet. So I think I only did 1 or 2 freelance jobs that month. February, £2,300. Surprisingly, February was actually a little bit better, which was good. I managed to find a couple more clients and jobs, but this would actually be the final time that I reached out to anyone to find an editing job in 2022. March, £1,950. It was a little bit annoying to go back down to the January earnings, and I felt like I hadn't made as much progress and hadn't capitalized on the busier month I'd had in February, but things would get better. April, £3,800. Now this month was much better. My YouTube was starting to do a little bit better, and I started to get a lot of Twitter DMs and Instagram DMs asking if I was available for editing work. So I took on as much as I could here and really capitalized whilst I could, because last month I hadn't made as much as I wanted to. So when you're getting all the jobs in as a freelancer, I always try to capitalize on it as much as I can. May and June were £2,300. Now I decided to calm things down a bit more in these couple of months. April was a bit crazy, and I got some weekly clients on, which was really nice because it made sure that I had consistent income and didn't always have to be like doing new different jobs. And these months were relatively calm considering what was to come. July, £3,560. I'd become a little bit more used to the weekly videos I was doing and felt like I had them under control and really knew the content really well. So then I took on a couple more editing jobs and smaller videos to edit. At this point, I decided I was completely at full capacity and couldn't edit any more videos. So what I decided to do was up my prices, because as a freelancer, if I can't make any more money by doing more work, I can make money by increasing my prices on the work I do. August, £4,250. Now in this month, I pretty much did the same amount of work as I did in July, but my prices were higher, so I earned about £700 more, which is pretty good, and I was happy with that. At this stage, I was getting about a DM every single week. This was like more than enough work for me to continue and keep myself at full capacity. Obviously, I didn't do every single job. Some clients didn't have enough budget, some clients just didn't have the time frame, or I couldn't edit the videos quick enough, but every job that I could do, I pretty much did. September, £3,770. At this point, I was becoming a bit overwhelmed with the amount of work I was doing, so again, decided to just cool it off and just really concentrating on the weekly videos that I was doing, because they were really good consistent income. October, £3,410. Now, because my prices were higher here, I was doing less work than when I hit £3,500 earlier on in the year, which felt nice, but I was still getting all of these DMs come in from different people, and a lot of them I had to turn down. And I realized, you know, I can't edit for everyone, but it would be really nice if I could. So I started doing consulting. So this meant that I could give someone like 2 hours of my time, a lot less than me editing a full video for them, but I can go through their video, break it down, give them all the feedback, and give generic feedback as well that could help in future videos. Basically give them all of my editing knowledge and YouTube knowledge that I can. But it was really good because I charged a higher price for this, and it was a lot less stressful than having to do like hours and hours of editing for all these different YouTubers and trying to fit that into my time. Whereas this was a similar-ish amount of money, probably a bit less, but so much less work, which was really nice. November, £3,440. Now this was a similar kind of month to October, but I was really enjoying the consulting. It breaks up the editing nicely, and it's so nice to be able to look at an edit and break it down rather than having my own edit, which I've looked at for hours and hours and hours, and sometimes in there so you can get lost in your own own footage and kind of lost in the cut that you've done because you've got these like emotional feelings towards like the cuts you've done and you really like your edit, but you don't break it down analytically well enough because it's in your head that, you know, you've done it right and you can't see past that, and there's a bit of like fog as an editor. It's so much easier to look at someone else's edit and be critical of it than look at your own work and be critical of it. The feedback I was getting from people, they found it really useful. So if you would like to book in a consulting call, just let me know, send me a DM on Instagram or Twitter. I might be able to help you out with some YouTube editing knowledge. December, £3,050. Now in classic freelancer earnings, my monthly earnings for December did tail off a little bit. Lots of people don't do as much work coming up to Christmas. People tail off, you know, and just want to spend time with family, which is totally fair. A lot of the time I'm the same as well. Sometimes I don't take as many editing jobs on around Christmas because, you know, I want to have time to chill as well. So, but considering this now feels like a bit of a low month, just shows how far I've come in 2022. And at the start of the year, I really wasn't earning this much at all. I hope you guys found this useful. I really like to do every year a really truthful and honest video about how it really is being a freelance video editor and how much I earn, because I feel like the taboo around how much people earn is such a strange thing. In my opinion, being secretive about how much you get paid and a bit weird about how much you get paid only benefits like employers and, you know, clients wanting to hire video editors, because, you know, then no one really knows how much people get paid, and clients can then say like, we're gonna pay you £10 an hour, and you don't know whether that's right or wrong. So hopefully by saying this, you guys have an idea of how much I earn, so you know in relatives to your skills and the size of your clients how much you should be getting paid. I started off at the start of the year charging £15 an hour, and then I upped my hourly wage to £30 an hour, and I always charge per hour because I have a full-time job as well and freelancing is on the side, so I can't really charge a full day. I know pricing yourself as a freelancer can be really hard and upping your price is really difficult, but here's a little secret: if people aren't telling you too expensive, you probably aren't expensive enough. They're probably just really happy that they found a really good, really cheap video editor and they're keeping it on the quiet, so up your prices.